create our first IAG VDA design FMEA. After creating a database and creating a project, power steering pump, we also created the system hierarchy of our power steering pump with all the elements, reservoir, the inlet and outlet hose, the pump housing, pump subsystem, and so on. So now we want to create an FMEA for each of these elements. So we select the reservoir and we click on Add FMEA. And instead of inserting function 10, we go and insert what we've already configured, which is all the power steering fluid at a set level and at the atmospheric pressure. And we click OK. We accept that and we click OK, and that generates the first function. So we then shift to the tab FMEA, and we can see we already selected the function. We can insert another function if we wish, but we are interested in inserting the failure. And again, we're going to select what we've already inserted, and for failure, we map reservoir cracked. So our reservoir has been cracked. We click OK, and we have a failure. And now we go to the effect, and we find low fluid level with loss of steering assistance. So the effect of the reservoir being cracked is a low fluid level which generates a loss of steering assistance. And we click OK. Next, we're going to generate the cause. And for cause, we're going to select aging. Okay. We're going to also add another cause, which is reservoir exposed to heat. Okay, we click OK, and we add one final cause, which is impact during a car service. So the reservoir was cracked during maintenance. Okay, so we have a function, we have one failure, we got one effect, and we have three causes. Then, for example, we can select one of these causes, reservoir exposed to heat, and we can add a control. So we can either go on here and select the control, or we can do it with a right click. So we add a control, and we select an existing control, which is loss of fluid indication on a dashboard. So this is what we got at the moment, and we can also indicate the type of control, and the type of control is detection. So it gives us an indication that we have a problem. Okay, so this is recognizes as an existing one, so we have to map it accordingly. Okay, so we have a control, and the next thing, we can also insert an action, and we can reuse an action, and the action is an accelerated temperature test on the reservoir, So we click on that, and so by doing that, we've inserted the function, the failure, the effect, and three different causes, one of which is also mapped with controls and action. What we've forgotten about is to insert the numbers associated with the effect and the causes. So we go to the effect, we can do a double click, and we can insert the severity of the failure effect, and obviously that reads the IAC VDA scale. Say for example we assign a severity of 7, and we assign the same severity as a sort of final severity, and then we only do it perhaps for the reservoir exposed to heat. So we double click on that, and we assign the occurrence, if you want the initial occurrence, and we can assign a value of say 5, and the final value, given that we put in an action, we can assign an occurrence of 3. While instead the detection, it's unlikely they will change, and we assign perhaps a value of 2, and that stays the same. Okay, so that gives us an idea of how to create an FMEA with all the elements necessary, and the same process is repeated for all the other elements. And that's it.